outside of Panera Bread on 1060 Chapel, and there's a guy recording me. He's recording me. He's recording me right now while I'm talking to him. They don't apprehend, they don't intervene with any of your...
You're retarded, bro. You're retarded. You just call the police for nothing.
Okay, besides it, you can record you want.
Freedom of speech.
No.
I guess I'm not. I'm sorry? Yes.
What?
Just my own purpose.
I can't do that.
You can't do that? Why not? Is it illegal?
No. They don't want you taking pictures of armored cars.
Oh, really? Is that a law?
Is the First Amendment gone in New Haven?
Is it illegal to record you guys? I can't record you without your consent? Is that like against the law? Are you Puerto Rican? Yeah. So, bro, you should know we have the First Amendment, right? That's fine. Just get going. Delete the video. Not gonna happen. All right. Did you know it's perfectly legal to record in public?
But I don't want you recording me. And you're supposed to...
So you're calling the police? So you're calling the police for that?
Yeah.
Really?
And we're working. We're armored trucks.
Okay. And we're public citizens.
Hi, green shirt with blue and white stripes.
Right from the opening second, you can feel the tension crackling in the air. The auditor is already aware he's being recorded, and the camera captures that subtle intensity of a confrontation about to unfold. What starts as an ordinary public encounter rapidly escalates into a battle of rights versus authority. The initial dialogue, "I'm sorry, yes, just my own purpose," followed by immediate pushback, sets the stage for a classic UK cop audit showdown. The officers' reactions here are telling. They assert authority with a mix of confusion and defensiveness. "You can't do that, why not?" The viewer immediately senses the stakes because this isn't just small talk. It's about legality, personal freedom, and a citizen asserting his rights in public. The tension is punctuated by pauses, background music, and the auditor's calm insistence. "Did you know it's perfectly legal to record in public?" Already, the cops are reacting emotionally, calling for backup, yet the auditor maintains a calm, pointed approach, showing he knows his rights. Notice the psychological push and pull. The auditors use humor, sarcasm, and direct questioning to expose a lack of legal understanding. The audience sees the first sparks of friction, making them wonder, will the cops escalate, or will this resolve peacefully? The suspense is perfect for a first segment. It hooks viewers immediately, giving them a clear narrative, legality versus overreach. By the end of this clip, the stakes are fully set. Officers have already been challenged on the law, and the tension is built to a boiling point. The audience is now primed, curious, and ready to follow the confrontation in part 2, where escalation is inevitable. This 2-minute segment is all about framing, establishing character dynamics, and planting the seeds of suspense.
Blue and white stripes. He's got tattoos, stars on his left hand. He's got like a flower on his right hand. Probably Hispanic. Might be Puerto Rican because he recognized my face. No, he was just recording, and he's still recording now. So I asked him, hey, you recording me? He goes, yeah. I was like, well, I don't want you recording me. I wait for the armored trucks. He's recording the truck. So I asked him to delete the video. He said, no, this is America. We got freedom of speech.
And freedom of the press.
Freedom of press.
So if you know it's not a crime, why are you recording it?
I know, you're just wasting tax dollars.
Carnival Prince. Start of World. D-E-R-D-A. World, W-O-R-L-D.
Why are you snitching to the cops for something that's not a crime?
Yeah, he's still here. He's still recording. My name is Luciano Martinez. L-U-C-E-N-A. M-A-R-T-I-N-E-Z.
Come on, Martinez. There's no need for that.
It's Luciano Martinez.
Whatever. I call you whatever you want. I call you whatever I want. You're calling cops for something stupid.
Why are you snitching to something that's legal, dog?
Yeah, true. Okay. Yep. Yeah, you're right. Makes sense. 860.
This guy. He's giving us Puerto Ricans a bad name right now. Not cool.
All right, thank you. Yeah, sounds good. Thank you.
You do know that you just wasted tax dollars, right?
I don't.
Well, you should care.
On something that's not illegal.
I don't care.
Why are you
dog.
telling them?
Look, it's my privacy, dog. No,
You're in public.
It's not your privacy.
You're in public.
There's no
How
privacy
is-
in public.
dog,
There's no privacy
you're
in
sitting here
public.
recording an armored truck.
Okay.
Yeah, and then why are you
feel like
snitching
you-
on something that's not illegal? Why are you tattletelling like a little kid over something that's not illegal?
You guys are
You're snitching.
No, you're
Snitching
stupid.
over a First Amendment right.
Dude, I do security.
Okay, so
my
why?
job is to
So
snitch.
why are you snitching?
Your job
my
is-
job's to snitch.
My job is to snitch
To
on
snitch
on legal
constitutionally
activity.
protected activities.
Jesus.
Snitch.
No, man, you're funny. You're calling the cops
We're
for
just standing
for
here.
for
You can't
for
get all
because somebody took a
butter and
picture of
Hey,
you.
yo, free. I'm gonna call the police on two dudes. I'm at 1060 Chapel. I had to call the police on two guys because they were sitting here recording the truck, like the Ashley was in there. So yeah, so I come in and I'm like, yo, but you're recording. He's like, oh, we can record up there. Don't record us. So I was like, I don't think we consent to recording. He's like, oh, it's freedom of media. He's saying it's recording. Yeah, the police are coming. Yeah, they're trying to round me out. So I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm pissed.
You're pissed. I should be pissed for you wasting tax dollars.
You see? Yeah, you hear them? They're like, oh, they're wasting tax dollars.
You are. You're saying your job is to snitch. That's like so. That's definitely not part of your job. Your job is to pick up money and take it to the bank. That's your job. What do you think about this, Will Turbot?
Well, you know, he just admitted. I mean, there's nothing else to say. He just said, my job is to snitch, and he said it's not illegal, but he still called the cops anyway. So I think that's pretty interesting that he called the cops for something not illegal, and he knew it wasn't illegal, and he said it's his job to snitch. He's proud of it. So, hey, what else can you say?
This segment is where the heat turns up. The auditor digs deeper into legal nuance, calmly exposing the officer's misunderstanding. You're calling the police for something stupid. The tension pivots from casual disagreement to outright embarrassment for the officers. Every word is calculated. The auditor points out misuse of resources, the waste of taxpayer dollars, and the absurdity of calling law enforcement over a public recording. The dialogue takes a sharp, almost cinematic turn when the conversation briefly touches on personal identity and assumptions. References to being Puerto Rican and identity-based taunts add layers of social tension. Yet the auditor maintains composure, skillfully using irony and pointed questioning to make the officers appear reactive and unprepared. Notice how the energy escalates organically. small sarcastic remarks turn into pointed criticisms. Your job is to snitch. And the officer's confusion and defensiveness peak. The audience experiences a roller coaster. The auditor's calm logic versus the officer's reactive posturing. By the 6-minute mark, viewers are fully invested, curious, frustrated, and even entertained by the drama unfolding in real time. The beauty of this segment lies in its natural pacing. Nothing is forced, yet it delivers suspense, clarity, and engagement. The audience can feel the stakes rising, knowing that legal knowledge and personal confidence are on a collision course with authority and protocol.
You could have been on your way already, dude.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I told him. But they're like, no, I'm like, dude, this is good.
And then you're gonna do the walk of shame, because I'm not breaking the law, idiot.
No, I know. I don't need it.
Yeah, you're an idiot, dude. You're an idiot. You're calling the cops before you what?
Are you threatening us?
Are you threatening me?
No, I'm actually gonna put my stuff away so you guys don't think I'm threatening you guys.
Dude, what's your stuff away? What's that? What, your gun?
Is this the first time you called the police for a non-crime?
Yeah, no, she said they're on the road. She said they're coming from the west.
He's an idiot. He's an idiot.
It's not my problem.
She don't care. She's chilling.
Yeah.
And you're giving us Puerto Rican a bad name, dude. I'm Puerto Rican just like you. You're giving us a bad name. You should take off that flag.
I'm not doing nothing, dog.
You are.
You're snitching on something that's not illegal.
From recording you, right, without your permission. How do you feel? Especially if you're, look, he's recording you.
We're being recorded everywhere we go.
We're being recorded everywhere.
He's being an idiot calling the cops.
Have you ever called the cops on the NSA spying on you? You don't care about the NSA spying. You don't care about the cameras.
Right now,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
You
right.
guys both hate the First Amendment.
Do you hate the First
Let me ask you,
Amendment?
Did you ever call the cops on the NSA cameras everywhere spying? No. You
Okay,
just care
so
about people.
the police is here. So he's about to do the walk of shame, guys. How you doing, officer?
1 second. I'm gonna help you.
Yeah. I called him because I come out the Panera Bread. My dad is sitting in the truck. We work for Garderwell.
Right.
They're sitting here just recording. I asked, I noticed they're sitting here just recording. I'm like, you can't record it? So yeah, but I don't give you consent to record. And they're like, oh no, it's perfectly legal to record it. I was like, even without my consent. So I know.
We have freedom of the press.
You're in the public. So
Just give me a second, my man. Just give me a
I
second.
still
And then
free
I'm
speech.
like, I don't want to.
Okay.
So I was like,
As long as you don't interfere with me.
so I was calling. I called my boss and I explained to him everything.
Okay.
I was telling him,
Interfere.
I put it away, so I'm trying to say, I find him and go, oh, you're going to be with the time for like.
All right, so let me just explain something. They could record,
Yeah.
as long as they don't interfere with what you do at
Yeah.
your job, okay?
So even if it's a security issue for.
Well, it's like us. They could record us as long as they don't interfere with me, and I don't have to distract my duty to them. So,
So if I don't give them consent to record me, they start.
well, as long as they don't interfere like that, they should have a particular distance. As long as like while you're taking down your money or whatever, and they don't either keep your safe distance or your protocol. They could record basically.
We met- Which you?
Wasted tax money, buddy.
Yeah, he's
They
an.
don't want to escalate the situation.
We're not.
right? Okay?
We're not.
Either.
We're
He
saying
did. He did. He's calling
he
on
did.
the-
All right,
First
but
Amendment
they,
right.
they do have a protocol. You know,
To call the police on the First Amendment
whenever there's
activity.
suspicious activities, they do handling money.
What's
currency.
suspicious about recording?
Okay, they don't know who you are and they carry.
I don't know who he
maximum
is.
money. Well,
Yeah, but there's cameras on all the street
Just
corners. The
relax,
NSA, you
okay?
guys got body cams.
I am relaxed.
don't worry about it. Don't
And
worry.
if,
You deal with this every day.
so if they post me on the internet and everything, what I
Yes.
do, right?
It's dude. It's go.
I can-
go
I can
read the
profit off
Constitution.
of it.
Go read the
Well,
Constitution.
don't.
This guy's an
worry about it.
idiot.
As long as,
What an idiot.
You know, they don't apprehend. You know, they don't intervene with any of your.
You're retarded, bro. You're retarded. You just call the police
Okay,
for
now,
nothing.
Okay. Besides it, We can go you want.
Freedom
but
of
if you
speech.
No.
I guess I'm not.
If you escalate the situation, it becomes a breach of peace right now.
How?
So just relax.
How? How am I
Okay?
doing that? How am I doing that, officer? You see, this guy's already saying I'm breaking the law.
No. Interfering with your job means like if they prevented you from going inside the store or they like blocked your way in any way. Did they do that in any way?
No, they was just standing on the side.
Yeah. So that basically that's yeah. Well, it does look, it is what it is nowadays. All right. So as long as they ain't trying to grab your bag, they ain't interfere with blocking your entrance or you're going back to the truck, or while you're loading your truck, they're like up on you. All right. As long as they didn't do that, then they're good to go. Okay.
That's right.
Just call, do what you gotta do.
So how do you feel right now? How do you feel, sir? You just wasted tax dollars. You just wasted tax dollars. He should be looking for a criminal right now. Look, we recorded him earlier. He didn't call for backup or anything. Did we record you?
Now we hit the meat of the confrontation. The auditors are pressing hard, dissecting the officer's actions, pointing out the absurdity of calling law enforcement for illegal activity. Here, the power dynamics become visually and verbally apparent. Every hand gesture, pause, and repetition underscores the officer's discomfort versus the auditor's control. The auditor challenges the concept of disturbing the peace and disorderly conduct, demonstrating that the officers are grasping at vague legal concepts to justify escalation. Lines like, "If they're willing, nobody walk of shame," emphasize the tension, highlighting both the absurdity and the human drama. The audience now sees a clear shift. The officers are defensive, exposed, and trying to reclaim authority, while the auditor maintains legal and moral high ground. This segment is also the suspense apex for several micro-conflicts. Questions about tasers, public safety, and interference are raised, showing how a simple audit can stress-test procedural knowledge. Each exchange is crafted to pull viewers deeper. Who will crack first, and what will happen if the officers continue misapplying the law? This is a perfect example of narrative tension blended with factual education. The audience is both entertained and informed.
Did we record you earlier?
Everything's okay. They were just recording him until as long as they don't interfere with him, prevent him from doing his job.
Yeah, he's being retarded by calling the police.
The situation for becoming a breach between them.
Yeah, but he's also saying that I'm disturbing the peace by exercising my First Amendment. I'm not doing any loud, unreasonable noises or anything. So, well, he did. He escalated by calling you guys.
Then there are no problems. It's good.
Not really, because they're not committing a crime. So if they're willing to give it to you,
My name? Hell no.
Have you heard of the Fourth Amendment? You need to go home and read the Constitution. You don't care about the Constitution.
Just
You need to
relax.
go read the Constitution. Go take the walk of shame. Go walk. Take the walk of shame, buddy.
Walk of shame. Can I have your name and badge number, please, sir?
What's going on this stuff?
Okay, Cattle, this is what's going on. Basically,
Yeah. This is the guy that called the police.
you call the police. They were recording like they're doing now.
Okay.
I told them that basically they could record as long as they don't interrupt his duties at work. They didn't do it, so
Okay.
this is what it is. Nothing really going on.
Yeah, he's only wasting tax dollars by doing this.
Let me talk to the 17 quick one time, okay? And then I'll talk to this gentleman.
Thank you. I'm not doing anything wrong. Why is he calling the police? That's
Everybody
stupid.
has the right to call the cops when they feel threatened or in any way.
Yes, but you guys don't just get paid out of thin air. Well, you do, but you know what I'm saying? It's the citizens are paying for this, and he's calling you guys for a lawfully protected activity.
He has the right.
He does not have the right to call the police on legal activity.
The same right you have to record, the same right he has the right to call the
He can
cops
call
when
and
he
make
feels
a frivolous
threatened.
thing, but yeah,
He can call, but it's actually
it's stupid. He just doesn't. He should learn the law, which is what it is.
Yeah. Do you know what the definition of idiot is? It's a person that's unaware.
It started under the eugenics movement, and even before Nazis, with the Anglo-American establishment, the term idiot and moron were used to describe people with low mentality that were the useless eaters in the eugenics movement.
Yep.
And this is what too much football and video games will do to you. I bet you this guy can tell you all his favorite soccer players. I bet you he can tell you 10 facts about his favorite football team, but I bet he can't. He obviously can't say 2 of the Bill of Rights.
Incredible. incredible. Open this for me.
No, the other side was the one you're on. Yeah, just 30 on. Oh, your street, yeah. Alright, so I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. God bless you. Thank you for checking my buddy. That means a lot, man. It really does.
I told you last time. I told you that.
Alright.
This is my beat, man. I gotta make sure you're alright.
Alright.
Take it easy.
Alright.
This is called the First Amendment audit, and you just failed. It's gonna be on YouTube, and thousands of people are gonna watch it. There's nothing wrong about the First Amendment. Can you please take your hand off your taser gun? That's kind of threatening right now.
I don't know who I'm threatening.
Well, why would you have your hand there?
I feel comfortable standing like this.
You feel, yeah, I'm sure it makes you feel comfortable, but it doesn't make anyone else feel comfortable. So could you please remove your hand from your taser gun? Are you scared?
I'm not scared.
So why, if you're scared, you shouldn't be a police officer.
Who said we're scared?
Well, you're the one that says that your taser gun makes you feel comfortable. It shouldn't make you feel comfortable tasing people, you know?
I don't tase nobody.
So why are you holding it?
I feel like holding it.
Yeah? You're trying to intimidate me in some type of way.
Do you feel intimidated?
Here, the psychological tension is at its height. The auditors confront the officers about holding tasers in a threatening manner, their body language, and the intimidating presence. Every minor motion becomes a moment of suspense. Can you please take your hand off your taser gun? The auditor's questions are precise, exposing both vulnerability and overreach in the officer's conduct. Throughout this segment, the narrative is tense yet controlled. The viewer witnesses the ultimate psychological duel: calm knowledge versus reactive authority. Every statement is a test of the officer's professionalism, and every response a potential point of failure. This is where viewers are glued to the screen. The conflict isn't just verbal. It's visual, ethical, and legal all at once. The audience senses stakes beyond the immediate moment: public accountability, citizen rights, and the absurdity of misapplied authority collide here. Each line, each gesture, each moment of hesitation builds suspense and cements the auditor as a master of control in a legally complex confrontation.
Do you feel intimidated, sir?
Well, just don't talk to him. Don't talk to him.
Well, then we'll go back. Well, don't worry about it. You just answer my question.
How many bad cops have you arrested?
None.
None, right? How many bad guys have you arrested?
I don't consider nobody bad, just they make errors.
Okay.
All right, sir.
How's it going?
How are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
The gentleman that's driving the,
Yes, sir.
The guarded truck.
Yes, sir.
Okay, he called us. Said you were filming him. I said, okay.
All right.
That's what I told him.
Cool.
Okay?
Thank you so much. Are you a supervisor?
No, I'm not.
Okay, can I get your name?
My last name's Caliber.
All right, thank you so much.
So listen,
Yes,
of course
sir.
you can walk around with your phone and film things. I'll tell you the same thing I told him. Okay? I asked him if you touched him, he said no. I asked him if he touched the truck, he said no. I don't know, maybe he just got a little nervous or something. But
I tried to explain to him, but
Okay, well I'm not nervous, there's nothing going on here.
thank you.
Okay. I am going to write, excuse me one second, I'll answer all your questions. I am going to write a report. Would you like to give me your name?
No, sir.
Okay. No problem at all. What
Yeah,
can I
it's just kind of a social experiment, if you will, too, just filming in public because people have normalized the cameras on by the NSA spying on everything that we do, the cameras on the sidewalks, the body cams, the camera in the corporate, but as soon as somebody else picks up a camera, then all of a sudden all hell breaks loose.
No problem. Listen, we record,
I appreciate
we
you
record
upholding-
everything too.
Exactly.
I told him you're allowed to be out here
appreciate that.
recording. Okay. Do you need anything from me before I take off?
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Take care, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good day. You too.
You too. Try not to jump into disturbing the peace, disorderly conduct real quick because we weren't. You know, we haven't been doing any loud, unreasonable noises. I haven't been hostile to anyone. I haven't used any foul language. No, you didn't, but he did.
This is just a general question right here, right? Because we were at another event in New Hampshire recently. Sure. Where does First Amendment end in protesting end and disturbing the peace or causing a scene start? What's that spectrum look like?
We didn't get there today. Okay.
Well, I'm just saying for future reference, I definitely don't want to ever get arrested.
Officer Montalvo kind of mentioned, you know, hey, you're escalating. There's no escalating
Are there
here.
any limits on the First
listen,
Amendment?
so here's why we showed up.
Okay.
Okay. We had a complainant, the guy that drove the armored truck. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know if you made him nervous. I don't know. But I told him there's something going on.
All right. Thank you so much.
You got other stuff going on. But listen, you're all set. Okay.
All right. Thank you. Have a good one.
So that was actually a pretty fair audit. You see, though, every time we try to do something, the cops have the training to say something like, oh, you're causing a scene, or you're being hostile, or you're being disorderly, or disturbing the peace. And they can't answer the question. They can't answer the question, when does your First Amendment end and disorderly happen? Guess what? There's no such thing as disorderly. That's a fictitious made-up thing. But the cops have been trained to anything that they can't handle, they cuff them, and they just say, oh, that's disorderly, that's disorderly. If you notice, I've asked several cops, when disorderly end, when disturbing the peace, when does the freedom of speech end, and when does disorderly disturbing the peace start? And they can't give us an answer. They can't give us an answer. The real answer is, the First Amendment has no limits on it. Unless you're screaming fire in a movie theater, calling for somebody's death or violence upon somebody, I can say whatever the hell I want right now. Guess what? And we're gonna keep doing that until everybody knows. And that was a beautiful walk of shame. I feel bad for that guy. But now he knows. Now he knows. He learned the First Amendment today. He learned the First Amendment today. But what do you expect from somebody that says, hey, it's my job to snitch?
That's right. So, guys, make sure you go to Demand the Truth on YouTube, subscribe, share his videos. Also, go to Auditing America and subscribe.
Finally, the resolution lands with clarity. The auditors emphasized the First Amendment, asserting public rights and wrapping the confrontation in a teaching moment. Observers are reminded, legality, civility, and knowledge can outmaneuver authority when rights are clearly understood. The officers depart, the tension diffuses, and the auditors reflect on the encounter, highlighting patterns, training gaps, and procedural deficiencies. The audience gains insight not just into one audit, but the broader implications of citizen oversight. Lines like, he learned the First Amendment today, underline the educational component while keeping the drama alive. This segment closes the narrative loop. Suspense is resolved, lessons are delivered, and viewers leave with both satisfaction and empowerment. It's the perfect cinematic ending, tense, informative, and memorable.